Welcome back to an all-new episode of Top Shelf here on the Filmaholic channel. This week we are doing our top 10 props that we would like to personally own. So this is like hypothetically if we had like a mansion is what I imagine, and we were able to display all of these props. Or what's the face for?
I'm wearing some of mine. I'm not displaying.
Man, yeah, I would. Well, I don't think I would wear any of these. Might get some. Well, I don't know. Might take a trip to Scum and Villainy with one of these. But yeah. This for me is like if I had like a place to display all of this, this is what I would put in my collection. And then tomorrow we are doing an On the Rocks episode that'll be doing something a little bit differently. In that episode, we're talking about actual things from movies, like things that functionally work in a movie and that we'd want to actually have. But today we're doing props. So to kick things off, we usually do our honorable mentions. We do 5 honorable mentions, so I'm going to go ahead and do that real quick. Starting at number, and this was a hard list, especially, looking at honorable mentions, when I was doing that, it was the hardest, like trying to pick my last one, the number 15. I was like, because I had one thing there, and I was like, well, no, I'd rather have this. And then I was like, well, I don't know. I'm not very confident about this entire list, to be honest.
At all, because I know I forgot like 100 things.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I did, and just movies too. It's not even TV shows too, because I was trying to talk.
I was going to ask you if it was TV shows too. I was like, this is changing the game.
Because I was talking to Sarah about it, and then we got in that conversation. I was like, oh man, that's a whole nother thing. It's a whole separate episode.
I was like, where is the teapot note from The Office? Like, I demand to have it.
So, number 15 of mine. Well, actually, I told you lied before. I told you I had one outfit. I have 2 outfits. But okay. Now, my number 15 is Rocky's outfit from Rocky 2. So, when I say his outfit, I mean his shorts. That's the number one thing I want, is the shorts. I would display them. But if I had the whole outfit, I could put it on like, a dummy and have it in the house. So I would want the shorts and the gloves and maybe the shoes, but definitely the shorts and the gloves. And I
just in a glass cage.
Still.
He's wearing the outfit.
I was originally thinking Rocky 4, but then I wasn't sure if it said his name on the shorts, and I want the character's name on the shorts. And in Rocky 2, his name is at the bottom of the shorts on the side. So I went with Rocky 2, the outfit from that film, number 15. Number 14, I chose Thor's hammer. I think that'd be an awesome display. I put from the Avengers, but really any movie. Number 13, this is the other outfit I was talking about, is Jim Stark's outfit from Rebel Without a Cause. If I had to just pick one thing from the outfit, it'd be the jacket.
Red jacket.
Yeah. But I would like the white t-shirt, red jacket, jeans, display it too next to my Rocky one. Put them inside of a wall. That'd be awesome.
The jacket almost list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Almost.
And it made the honorable mentions, but it's one that's like, man, this was on James Dean, It's like, and it's old Hollywood. It's so iconic that I'm like, and that's something else that made my top 10. That is like old Hollywood that I'm like, I had to put this on there because of that and because it's so iconic. My number 13, that was my 13. My number 12 is a raptor from Jurassic Park.
God.
They all of those are made. They're how he did E.T. and all of that. So he made those dinosaurs were actually made in the original Jurassic Park. I would take one of those raptors. That would be awesome to have on display in my home.
Man, is Bruce on your list?
Bruce is not. He's a little too big. I don't know where I'd put him.
You have a mansion. He's a little too big.
He's a little too big.
He's going in my pool.
Well, I mean, that would be cool, actually, if you had a pool and then you had, like, a center piece that wasn't in the water and you just had him, like, displayed there. Man, see, now you're making me want to... My number 11... Final one of my honorable mentions, but didn't quite make the list, and that is Luke Skywalker's lightsaber from Empire Strikes Back. I mean, I would take the one from A New Hope as well because it's the same one, but I prefer the one from Empire Strikes Back because I like that movie better. Yeah. All right, that's my honorable mentions. What you got?
I think I completely misunderstood what you meant.
Why?
Because some of these, like, I don't know, you're talking about, I don't know, it just seems weird. But number 15, I've got Anne Frank, the Bat from Inglourious Bastards.
Okay. You really scared me when you said Anne Frank. I was like, oh, yeah, you misunderstood the list. You misunderstood.
Just the characters in glass boxes.
The baseball bat. That is
Yeah.
that was something that was on my long list, along with Aldo's knife from the film.
Yeah, I had to look up I knew it had a name. I had to look it up. Number 14, I got Jack Sparrow's compass. Just open it up. These, in my mind, are functionally working props.
No, see, that's not.
Yeah, well, that changes the whole list. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm going with, is that the prop's going to work. Just open it up, just points me to whatever I want, and that leads me to my number 13, which is William Wallace's sword from Braveheart. Now, that would be one. Well, the next two, that and the Bride Satori Hanzo sword, that's my 13 and 12.
Okay.
I would hang them up in like X's on like above my mantelpiece in case anybody broke in right there at my front door. Just rip it down. My final honorable mention is Genie's lamp from Aladdin.
It's gonna have to be the live action Aladdin, dude.
No, I just rub it and out pops the genie.
There's no props in that movie.
I don't want. You're taking a fake list. That movie, I'm taking the prop, man.
What?
I'm taking the Genie's lamp, dude, from Aladdin.
It will be from the live action Will Smith version.
Whatever you say. I'm getting the lamp, and Genie will come out. I get my 3 wishes.
A Genie will come out.
As long as I get my 3 wishes.
All right.
Lists are going to be quite different. You did not expect.
You have a
this
gun
prop.
too. It's like from This Is the End. Prop gun.
Just reeled it.
All right, here is on to our top 10 props that we would like to own. So starting with my number 10, and see now we're probably not going to have a lot of the same since you did it that way. My number 10 is the ruby slippers from The Wizard of Oz.
Oh, man, that was on so many people's lists. I looked. Man, what do you want these? You're not going to wear them.
No, that's not the list.
Oh, man, this is. You did not explain this at all.
Maybe I will wear it.
Maybe. But it's like some of these things I'm like, I'm going to wear this.
See, I'm not going to wear one of these. Like, you damage it?
I'm not going to assume it. I'm going out and just get into a brawl. How's that?
You never know, man.
Wearing the ruby slippers.
Well, anyways, they're my number 10. Definitely going on display. I mean, that's what I was talking about. Old Hollywood. This is iconics. The Wizard of Oz. Judy Garland wore these. Yeah. My number 10.
Terrible time in that movie, though. So it's not that.
I mean, it's not iconic.
Just look at it and be like, oh, nice. Can't imagine what she went through when she wore these. Well, yeah, that was on a lot of people's list.
I can understand why.
I guess at some point, top 100. My number 10 is Jack Slater's belt buckle from Last Action Hero.
Okay.
Totally different list than yours.
Does his belt buckle do something?
No,
it just looks cool.
It's like the belt buckle.
Oh, okay. Well.
Yeah.
Cool. My number 9. Well, I will say,
Clippers do, man, nothing.
I don't have my 2 favorite movies. There's nothing of that on here because I couldn't think of any props like that.
Bruce?
I like. What?
Bruce.
Well, now when you say that, I'm considering that, but
Too late.
It's too late. My number 9 is Kylo Ren's helmet from The Force Awakens. I love that design. One of my favorite characters. Obviously, he got the helmet the first in Force Awakens, so I'd rather have it from that movie than say The Last Jedi, where he only wore it for a little bit at the beginning. Yeah. So that would be, and that's going to go very nicely with another helmet that I have. I actually have I have like 4 masks or helmets in this list, and I would have them all on display together.
I just have 1 mask.
So, yeah, that's my number 9.
My number 9 is your honorable mention is Mjolnir, Thor's hammer.
Well,
I have this.
It doesn't work, dude.
Yes, it does. I'm worthy. Yours might not work, but just take it out. So I'll just, crush up firewood outside.
I'm curious how you're gonna do tomorrow's list, or when we talk about it on the Rocks. Did you think it was the same thing?
What?
Tomorrow's On the Rocks episode. You're like, man, why are we doing this 2 days in a row?
I assume like you're talking about like the bigger stuff.
Yeah.
You had to explain that because you didn't explain this very well. My list sounds
props,
bogus.
Man. Movie props.
These are props.
So my number 8 onto another mask, and that is Spider-Man's mask from the 2002 Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. Like I said, I have 4 masks on my list total. This would be number 2 in that. One of my favorite films, one of my favorite comic book films, if not my favorite. Second favorite. What's the face?
I was like, I thought The Dark Knight was yours.
The Dark Knight's my favorite. Then Spider-Man's number 2. But yeah, love to have that mask. That's my number 8.
Well, on to my next prop is Cliff Booth's belt buckle from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Okay.
My next one's not.
You can have some belt buckles just displayed.
I'm gonna wear these belt buckles. I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, this would be amazing to have, and I can't find it. Can't find Jack Slater's either.
I've seen Cliff's online.
Not a good one. I will find it and I will wear it.
But then I saw some people were like, oh, "You shouldn't wear this." It's like you're not a stuntman.
God. What is blackface for stuntman? Like, oh, you can't wear it. You're not a stuntman.
Get out. My number 7. This is one I don't know. Really, it probably should be a little bit higher, but a couple more of these I put ahead of this just because they're more iconic and I mean things that would impress people more if they came into my home. But my number 7 is something I definitely won't. I actually saw it in person back in January. You probably know where I'm going. And was just so close to it, but it was behind glass, and I just wish I could have taken it. And that's Green Goblin's helmet from Spider-Man 2002. Just so cool. I don't care what people say. What?
What a wasted choice.
I don't care what people say. If they try to they don't like it. They say it looks like a Power Ranger or something, his suit. I loved his suit in Spider-Man. Thought it was awesome. Yeah. That's my number 7.
Well, my number 7 is going to go with my number 8. It's Cliff Booth's Hawaiian shirt from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
You could have just said his whole outfit. I would have let it count.
You said we couldn't do outfits, so I had to waste 2 picks. No outfits.
I did not say that. I was asking you, did you want to do outfits?
And you were like, oh, no, it doesn't really count.
Because I was cautious on it.
You used an outfit. I already have the shoes. I'm just like, I don't want to put that on there. A waste of choice too. Yeah.
Because they had 2 pairs and the belt buckle and the Hawaiian shirt and the champion shirt and the jeans.
I can find the champion shirt easily. And the lion shirt if I want to do that. That's what you think.
I want the watch too that he has.
I'll just stretch it out a little bit.
My number 6 is a Star Destroyer from The Empire Strikes Back. Obviously, not a functional prop. This is, obviously an Empire. In all of the original trilogy, they used miniatures to film stuff instead of using a lot of visual, like, actually animation and stuff like that. They use real life props. So that's what I would like to have. I would hang it as soon as in my entryway. It would be right there. So you know what you're getting into when you come into my house.
Just walk back out.
Well, that's up to you.
I hope this is on your list because I love taking your picks. Number 6 is Bane's mask.
It's not. It's not.
All the masks you should not Bane.
I considered it as well as Batman's, but just didn't make it on there.
Oh man, gotta have it, dude. Wear this out to the parties.
Do you think it actually changes your voice?
It will.
You'll put a voice changer in it.
Yeah.
And wear it to a party.
Oh man. Yeah. This is the one Tom Hardy wore, guys.
They're calling the cops.
It won't have a chance.
Calling the cops, Walter. Yeah, so my number 5 is another piece from Star Wars that I'd have in my entryway. So I'd have my Star Destroyer hanging up. You walk in, and then directly ahead in this glass case staring at you would be Yoda from The Empire Strikes Back.
God.
Obviously, he's a puppet. It would be so cool. You just walk in and you see a Star Destroyer and Yoda from Empire. You're like, man, this is the best house.
Have his hand out like he's using the Force to hold the Star Destroyer up.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah.
I wouldn't get to Yoda. I've already walked out and left.
Well, you're like, fuck Star Wars.
Where is the Star Trek stuff? What room is that?
It's in the trash. Check outside.
My number 5 is a hoverboard from Back to the Future Part 2.
Yeah, we're not gonna have any of the same.
That works.
My number 3 might be on your list, but doubt it. Yeah, hoverboard. Cool.
It works too, just so we're clear.
Something from Back to the Future will be on my. I'll talk about it tomorrow that I would like to have from an actual movie.
Is it the DeLorean?
Of course.
Okay. Just check.
My number 4 is the final one in my helmet mask collection, and that's Darth Vader's helmet from Empire Strikes Back. So, I mean, you got to have that. If you're looking at helmets and you're looking at making a collection, you got to have that one. Gotta. So I'm having those 4 displayed. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm trying to go. I'm not sure if I want to have it displayed like my living room or if I want a home theater, built-in theater. Might have them in there. Not sure yet.
Yeah. You got time.
Yeah. Yeah. So what's your number 4?
Yeah, it's the Scorpion jacket from Drive.
That's a cool one. That's what you thought I had on my list?
That's what I was assuming was the jacket. I was wrong, apparently.
That's one I didn't think of, but that would be a cool one to have. Cool.
I've seen it online before, and I'm just like, oh, man.
If I'm looking at, because I was trying to think of at that theater, home theater I was talking about, I would like to have 4 outfits lined up on the wall, leading down to the screen on each side. But ultimately, I'm like, if I did that, that's 8 of my choices. So I decided not to do that and just go with other more random stuff that I would like to have. But yeah, I might would throw that in there if I was doing that.
Yeah.
Along with Han Leia's outfit from A New Hope, because that didn't make it on my list. But that's another honorable mentions that I'm going to throw out there. Get 2 more in.
Extra.
My number 3 is the Terminator from Terminator 2. Now, I don't know what all they have. I would personally like to have, if it was an option, a prop that was like looked visually like Arnold, and his face was coming off, kind of like they had in Planet Hollywood when I was a kid. Because I would just love to have that fucking display too, like in my entryway.
That's who answers your door.
Hello. That would be awesome. Would love to have that. If that wasn't an option though, like one that looked like Arnold, I would take one just of one like at the beginning where it shows like the mechanical without any of the skin. That would still come at number 3. Either way, that would be awesome to have on display. Even if I only got to have like the mechanical skull, that'd be cool too.
Or just the arm.
Yeah, that was a separate one I considered. It's like, oh man, because I thought about that first, and I was like, well, I'd rather have the whole thing. But the arm would be cool too.
The whole one. All right, well, my number 3, I've got the Infinity Gauntlet.
From what movie?
Infinity War, dude.
Okay.
All the stones. Snap my finger.
Nothing happens because it's a prop.
Half the people are You just wait. You'll be one of the 50%.
That's on my list tomorrow.
Take all your props with you. Just
my props won't with me. They're not living.
You don't know. I'm the one that snapped the gauntlet, dude. I make the rules.
Well, if these are real, I'm sending the Terminator after you. So.
I've already snapped, bro. He's gone.
He's not gone. He's a machine.
He's terminated.
My number 2 is Han Solo's blaster from A New Hope. One of my favorite characters. Cliff is my favorite movie character, Cliff Booth, but I just couldn't think of anything like to make
doesn't have a blaster.
He does not have a blaster. And I'm like, do I want his Hawaiian shirt or Han Solo's blaster?
Hawaiian shirt, obviously.
So that's my number 2.
My number 2 is Captain America's shield.
Take it sledding.
No, I was going to use the one with notifications. Spray the non-stick on it.
Later, dudes.
Yeah, that's my number 2.
If this was a functional thing, why would it be your number 2?
Functional.
You'd want that over the Infinity Gauntlet?
Yeah, man. I still want it.
You should have put like an Iron Man suit on here too.
You should have put an Iron Man suit. Nobody want that.
You're not going to make it after you snap your fingers.
Just tore up every time.
You're not going to make it when you put that gauntlet on.
That's what you think.
And I was thinking about this too the other day, and this is a side thing. We'll discuss it a little bit more tomorrow. I'm sure we're going to talk about the Infinity Gauntlet. Is, because for some reason I had in my mind, it's like you don't die. If you just put the Infinity Gauntlet on, you're okay. It's when you do the snap that it fucks you up, right? Like that's what happened.
I don't know, because Tony started getting messed up.
Exactly.
So.
But Thanos didn't. He didn't get messed up until he did the snap.
He's a big guy, dude.
I need to rewatch Endgame. Well,
he's a big guy.
He is a big guy, and he's something else, I guess, whether it's an Eternal or whatever he is.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's his bloodline. Like Peter, he could handle part of it.
He handled one stone partly.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, you see, like, did Loki touch the Tesseract? I guess he lifted it. He levitated it.
Yeah.
But
no, he grabbed it, and
he did.
Endgame, when he disappeared, he grabbed it.
Was that in a box though?
It was just it. He picked it up off the ground.
Which he's also a god. Just like I think, Thor could probably... Functional Thor could handle the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah, not a drunk, the dude.
Yeah.
know what I have coursing through my veins right now? Cheese whiz.
I can't wait to rewatch Endgame, but I got a lot of movies to get through before I get there.
Tony still dies.
What?
Tony still dies.
So you think? I saw a report today that they might be making an Ironheart show for Disney Plus.
I saw that Nova news.
Ryan Gosling. Gonna happen.
He should be Adam Warlock.
Get out of here, dude. No way. You would rather have him as Adam Warlock than Nova?
Yes.
Nova's going to lead his own movies. Adam Warlock's not going to lead his own movies. He's going to be part of the Guardians, if they anything.
What you think?
I would rather see Gosling as Nova.
Nobody cares about that character.
They will. My number one most wanted prop to go to my home is what do you think it's going to be?
Probably your most wanted prop to go in your home.
What do you think it is?
It's probably the dude's outfit.
No.
Oh, that is it on the list. Probably a ghost face mask.
No. See, I thought about putting that on there, and that would be like an outfit that I'd want. But I was like thinking about the mask, and I'm like, man, if somebody's gonna walk in, they just think this is like a random ghost face mask I got at the Halloween store. They're not gonna know this was like from
after they see the Star Destroyer first thing, they're like, "This is fake."
See, I would want the mask and like a knife to go with it, like the knife there's in the movie, the props.
Put it in the kitchen, dude. Right beside you, like right behind your knives. Yeah, keep it there.
I would display that in the kitchen. Yeah, because of the scene in Scream.
Yeah, that's a good reason why not. It's quick access to the knives.
All right, my number one, R2-D2.
God,
The Empire Strikes Back. What are you talking about?
Who cares?
Just such it would be an awesome prop. Man.
Why don't you just get C-3PO too?
Well, I can't have two. This is one prop. And
C-3PO.
I like R2. So, number one prop. I think it'd be awesome. One of my favorite films. Just, yeah, really cool display. People will be trying to take selfies with it.
Slap
And I'd
their phone
say, get out.
$5.
$10.
God, man, you're already rich. You're just
I'll donate to charity.
don't lie. You want to take a shot at my number one pick?
I don't know. What, surfboard from Point Break?
That crossed my mind. But I was like, I don't really care about their surfboards.
Hold on, I gotta think of. What? Bender's jacket or something?
Nothing for the Breakfast Club.
What movie is it from?
Oh, that's from a few movies.
You gonna say a lightsaber?
Yeah. Yeah, dude.
Luke's lightsaber?
It's Darth Vader's. I don't care about Luke's.
Darth Vader's lightsaber.
It's more iconic. Get out of here.
Definitely not.
Absolutely.
Luke's from that I said is the most iconic lightsaber.
Get out of here,
It's
man.
been in the most movies. It's been in
I
how many movies? 6 movies?
I don't care about that.
It's been in 6 movies.
Darth Vader's, man. Number one draft pick.
I wouldn't even say it would make it the top 3 at most iconic lightsabers.
You are crazy.
Darth Maul's would be over his as iconic, and he was only in one movie.
That's second. Second choice, dude.
You were insane. Luke's, Maul's, and then probably Luke's other lightsaber.
Get out of here.
Then Vader's.
Man, you are
Then
crazy.
Kylo's.
You're insane. Darth Vader, dude, number one.
You're just saying it because it's red.
I could use a number of red ones.
Why choose Darth Vader's?
His is the best, dude.
It's not even the coolest red lightsaber.
You
Kylo's is much cooler.
Kylo's is trash. Get out of here
What
with
are you
that
talking about?
garbage. It's not the Knights of the Round Table.
His is the coolest lightsaber. Only reason I chose Luke's is because it's more iconic. And I already had something from Kylo. But I think Kylo's saber is the coolest.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're incorrect.
Rey's, I don't. Well, that's not a real movie. Never mind.
But the photos you've seen.
The photos I've seen, if that was real, that would be probably the second coolest in my head. But we didn't get to see it like used, so it was just in a photo. But that one, Kylo's.
Darth Vader, dude, number one.
I don't understand Dooku's. I don't know why it's like.
Why not?
I don't know.
Worked.
It's what?
It worked.
Yeah. You'll get Yoda's and you'll like it.
That's near the bottom, dude. Who cares about that green lightsaber? Oh, Mace Windu's over his.
Get really close to you.
Get Mace Windu's over his, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's just the the hilt. So
Darth Vader, number one pick, dude. Give me that lightsaber. Right beside my couch on the end table.
you're just gonna have it sitting on an end table.
Yeah, just always have it right there. I'm like, oh, nice.
And now are we talking about like a prop or an actual lightsaber?
It's working.
Okay. So, man, I hope you don't have kids. Oh, you just hear.
Oh, man.
Oh man, it is not.
Well, depends on how close the
just
other
have
kid was.
kids.
Depends on how close the other kid was to him, whether I have no kids or not.
I'm just not even saying he was using it on another kid. He just like.
How does this not work?
Yeah.
Here, push the button.
That's what Mark Hamill, when he was like talking about, he was like before this new trilogy, he was talking about like in his, or no, maybe it was in the new trilogy during it was during episode 7 when he was supposed to be on that island, and he was talking to JJ and was telling him his backstory that he made up in his head. It was that he had kids, and the kid picked up the lightsaber and it killed him. He used
like
it.
the little nuns or whatever.
Yeah.
Last Jedi. Put it up.
Yeah. And that's why he like went to the island.
JJ was like, no.
Yeah, Mark was like, yeah, JJ, he thought my idea was cute. He walked away. Well, still be better than Rise of Skywalker.
Oh, yeah. Think so?
Yeah, I do.
That'd be your favorite movie one day.
Maybe if all of the other movies disappeared.
Your opinions change quite frequently.
Excuse me?
Your opinions change on movies a lot.
Not that big.
There. It'll be up there.
Yeah, okay. You say so.
I think so.
All right, guys, that's our episode of Top Shelf. Tomorrow we have an all-new episode of On the Rocks, and we'll be talking about things from movies that we can actually use.
I can use all of these.
All right, guys. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.